Well, after Arteta gave us his reasons of Balogun leaving Arsenal and why they went ahead to sell him, even Balogun has gone ahead and obviously told us why he left Arsenal. So I think most of you are really excited to hear exactly what he said when he's finally free from Arsenal and is at Monaco. Because if at all, some of the most open and frank footballers, I think Balogun really takes a spot into the leading position. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily, as Rokani David is my name. Now, as it stands, Balogun is really away to Monaco, and Arsenal completed a deal worth 45 million euros that will see Arsenal get close to 30, I think, is it less than 20% of the sell money. If at all Monaco happens to sell Balogun, Arsenal will have to get like less than 20% of the amount of money they would have gone ahead. By this, or is the profit. So they get off the 45 million euros if at all the add-ons have been really added on, and if at all they sell him like 100 million euros, then Arsenal will get less than 20% of the 55 million euros, meaning that Arsenal will get like 20 million euros of that amount of money. And people, we don't get to know that it's always on the profit. It's always on the profit because they have to first deduct the amount of money they bought the player. So we are talking about Flores, another Arsenal player leaving to Tigres in Mexico, and there is something else. Nketiah explained to us how he got to know about his England call-up at Arsenal. Rokani David is my name. You can as well call me RD. Let's see close to 400 likes much in this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So we thank God for the gift of life, and Allah also for the gift of life. And let's start it off with foreign Balogun. This is what he had to say on why he left Arsenal. He said, "I felt it was important to me to go to a side that is competing to win stuff. At the same time, I want to play games and prove to myself and people around that I'm capable of playing and being main striker for a team." So, as Arteta said, he felt like they couldn't accommodate him and he wanted playing time and they couldn't meet his demands. That is it. It's not that Mikel Arteta never saw potential in Balogun, but he felt like the four forwards he has at Arsenal that can obviously lead the line, that is Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, Trossard and Nketiah, are really far much better than Balogun, and they are proven in the Premier League than Balogun. So he felt like he couldn't really risk to obviously have another player onto his field of play, because if you keep Balogun, that means he's going to demand more playing time. You know why he left the England national team and decided to play for America? Because of lack of enough playing time. So when such things really happen, it obviously takes you to the levels of thinking, where did it go wrong? To me, I think it never went wrong anywhere. It was very clear that Balogun is not in the plans of Mikel Arteta. The moment they went to America, and he just played, I think 15 minutes. When Arsenal was tussling it out with Man United, he came off the bench and never featured in any other game. I got to know that Balogun is not going to be at Arsenal. But for me, there is something that is not being put out. It's all about the ego of Balogun. Balogun as a player wants to obviously be playing more playing time, or to be playing more games, and he wants to start. And that is something that Arteta wouldn't like. Arteta wants players who are really so much loyal to him and could obviously be there, sit and wait for their time to prove him wrong. That is it. And Balogun couldn't really hold the fire inside him because he felt like going away at steady runs last season, 21 goals and 3 assists onto his name. That was enough to earn him a position at Arsenal. But obviously, Arteta was not impressed. He was not impressed, and he decided to get that 45 million euros in for the sale of Balogun. Then Balogun said, in the end, when Monaco were interested, it was an easy decision for me. I told my agent this was the only place I wanted to go, and luckily for me, he made it happen. Now, for Balogun, he snapped very many teams: Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, Fulham, West Ham, Inter Milan. Inter Milan was obviously priced out by Arsenal, because Arsenal are calling in for, were they 50 million euros, and they're willing to offer 35. But you see to it that they went ahead to really sell him to 35 million pounds and 10 million euros of add-on. So it shows you that Arsenal never wanted to sell a player to Inter Milan, because they knew that maybe there was no high chance for Inter Milan to sell this player to obviously see Arsenal get more money from the sale of Balogun. With 45 million euros, if Arsenal can get in more 15 million euros or 20 million euros, if at all the player is sold from Monaco to Real Madrid or any other team, then that will make a lot of sense for Arsenal. They're going to have to fetch close to 65 million euros from Balogun. That will be something huge for the player on the side of Arsenal, because for Inter Milan, if they took Balogun, it was hard for them to sell him. That is it. But for Monaco, we know Monaco is a selling club, and it has very many clubs that are really viewing the players who play that side, and that's why even Balogun wanted to go that side in the French League One, because all what that put him on the market to see to it that he is one of the best players in France was him playing in League One, and his League One performances have led to his increased interest to obviously take him to where he deserves to be. That is Faron Balogun. That is it, coming in from Faron Balogun, and we're here to obviously tell you exactly what this is all about. So that's it about Faron Balogun, and telling us why he left Arsenal. And the player that stood in the way of Balogun to join Arsenal, obviously that was Nketiah, trusted by the manager, that is Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta never gave Balogun a chance to play, and instead of Balogun waiting to see it that he gets a call up at the England national team, he never really had to wait. He went ahead and decided to play for the American national team. But guess what? The player that blocked him at Arsenal and really said no to Ghana when they wanted to take him to the World Cup, that is Nketiah, has finally gotten his call up. We know this has been standing for the previous 2.5 weeks, and he might obviously make his debut. I think England is playing today. Has gone ahead and obviously told us on how the news of the England call-up found him. He told us that my gaffer, my manager Mikel, called me first, and all Arsenal boys, when they found out, called me and texted me. Coming there, the next day everyone was so happy for me and buzzing. Just shows what a family it is at Arsenal. He said this on the England national team YouTube channel. That is Nketiah for you. So I think Nketiah has grown, from the player he was way back to the player he's going to have to become. He has put on the physical requirements on his body, physically strong. That is Nketiah, and he has always gone ahead to put out lots of things that have gone ahead to obviously show us what he's made of as a player. That is Nketiah for you. And in his coming to Arsenal, he was one of those that was really highly profiled. But the coming in of Gabriel Jesus has gone ahead to change his mentality, and he has gone ahead to obviously take him to the next level. There is a video I'm going to bring to you here, and I will explain what I had in there when Nketiah has gone ahead to talk about, he was going ahead to help him really improve his career. And become a better player. Obviously, Jesus is among and others, but Gabriel Jesus has gone ahead to improve him as a player, the way he runs, the way he shoots, and his confidence and his pressing. And it looks like his confidence has gone ahead to grow high, because there are goals I'm seeing him scoring at Arsenal since last season that he wouldn't score the seasons before Jesus came in through. I remember that game of Everton where Arsenal lost 2-1, where he obviously had a net to beat and headed that ball onto the post. Very many goals could have gone ahead to score, but he couldn't really score them. And his confidence is increasing. So wait and see how he fares for England, because all I know is that England let me check England fixtures. England fixtures. I think the England is playing today. Not so? So today, England is playing Ukraine. That is it. So as England takes on Ukraine, he might get his chance to obviously get some minutes in, because I know Hurricane is going to lead the line. Then Nketiah will have a chance to come on and play. I think he's going to come on and play, because when the likes of Ivan Toney coming through, he might obviously not find himself being called. So I think Gareth Southgate will know that it's going to be an easy way past Ukraine, and they are going to obviously come in through and obviously put in the required shift, and Nketiah might get his England debut. And when you look at how the news has been all around him, he has to get minutes today. He has to get minutes today to obviously see that this is obviously happening. And I think it's Arteta who sat him down and told him, don't go and play for Ghana, just stay at Arsenal, and you are the top club, put those goals at the back of the net, and obviously you're going to see to it that you get the best out of yourself. Then Marcelo Flores is close to a permanent move away from Arsenal. The 19-year-old is finalizing a move to Tigres in Mexico. So this is a very talented guy in the midfield, but when you look at the midfield of Arsenal, there is no way he's going to get part into it. And he's a player that has gone ahead to thrive through all the academy ranks of Arsenal, but has failed to obviously break through into the first team of Arsenal. And Arsenal have gone ahead to decide to let this player go on a permanent deal. He has been in that side of Mexico, playing there on loan, and looks like Arsenal is going to get in some good money from the player known as Flores. And I think it's good for Arsenal to obviously see all these players that are hitting 19, 20, 21 years of age in the academy that have gone ahead to break through into the first team, find themselves out of reach of the finding themselves out of reach of the first team of Arsenal to obviously sell them. You know, it's always hard to gate players like 3 or 4, you know, in a certain generation. It's really hard. If at all you get 4, even getting 1 is a success, you know. Getting 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, it's really great. When you look at Arsenal having Nketiah, 24 years, Emily Smith-Rowe, 22 years, Bukayo Saka, 22 years. If Arsenal has 3 players, oh, there is even Reece Nelson. If Arsenal now has 4 players from its academy in its current team who are from the same generation, that shows you exactly how hard they've gone ahead to work their asses off to see to it that these players really thrive and reach that level. So if these ones have failed to obviously break into the first team, they should be sold and give way to the likes of the Nwaneris, Shodobri, the Salas to come in through and obviously do the needful. So guys, your thoughts on to Balogun, on why he left Arsenal, are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Flores to Tigres and Nketiah on his first England call-up? I cover it all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living to God bless you abundantly. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Lau Fikum. I'm out.